My name is Pascal Hamelin, President and CEO of Abcourt Mines. We're here in Colorado Springs at the Denver Gold Forum. Abcourt Mines is an emerging gold producer. We started our first gold pour last week in Quebec, Sleeping Giant Mine. So we're going to get the cash flow up and running, and working on growing the company through operating and producing and selling gold.
Easy.
Very easy. But
so easy. So easy.
It took a few years to get there.
Well, I think at least you got there. Like, a lot of people don't ever get there, so it's all good news.
I agree.
But here we are. We're at the conference. You've had a bunch of meetings. Obviously, as one of the newest producers, because the first pour was what, last week?
Yeah, last Thursday.
Okay. I imagine you're getting a bit of attention.
We do. And on the market too. We're getting attention on the market Friday and today. So, us now, it's just a matter of ramping up production the next few months,
right,
to be cash flow positive, and then keep building momentum. And this gold price environment, what else can you ask?
More ounces, more gold.
I agree. I agree.
The investors are never satisfied. So you need to know that by now. First pour is great because it shows the kind of that kind of route to market. But the name of the game is, as you say, the ramp up. So what's the potential here? What are you ramping up to? So
in the PA that was released in 2023, we're ramping up. Within 18 months, we're going from 0 to 30,000 ounces a year.
Okay.
In a matter of 18 months. So you're going to see a ramp up. We're going to go from 1,000 ounces a month to suddenly 1,500 ounces a month, then 2,000 ounces a month, and then eventually that 25 to 3,000 ounces a month.
Right. Okay. So. And is that what the total production capacity is for the mill? Or
good question, Matt.
Can we move from there?
That 30,000 ounces a month, it's 45% capacity of the mill.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of increasing the resource on the ground.
Right.
Open more mining fronts. Hire more development miners. Yeah. Start a new section of the mine, because the mill's got capacity.
Okay, so this thing's like 60 to 70,000 potential.
Exactly.
But you got to feed it, right? So let's talk about what we've got in terms of Sleeping Giant right now. Can you sort of run through the numbers in terms of the resource and reserve numbers, if there are any?
Yeah. So right now in the resource, we got 180,000 ounces of indicated resource.
Yeah.
And close to, I think it's over 240 in inferred.
Yeah.
So
okay.
We're over 400.
Right.
I got to be careful because I have internal numbers too in my head. So
yeah. Okay. You don't want to get your head slapped.
So I'm telling you the official numbers from the what's public.
Okay. So, but the name of it was look. I mean, let's be honest. You've taken an attitude of, if we can get into production, get money flowing, rather than building up a massive resource before you start. So it's quite aggressive.
Yeah, and we have financial partners that saw it. Of course, they took independent consultant to verify our numbers, and it was all validated. We had, without naming them, but very high-hand consulting firms that came to site. The technical DD took a month in May, and the conclusion was the same as us. Get it going.
Get going. Show me the money. Show me the money. Well, I think that is the name of the game at the moment. I think lots of companies have realized that that's what the market is rewarding, because these high gold prices won't be around forever. Some would argue. Others will argue it's going to be like straight line up. Whatever you want to believe. But money in the bank puts you in a little bit more control of expanding Sleeping Giant in terms of through the drill bit. Yeah. And obviously you've got a second project as well, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. We have like 15 projects within trucking distance from the mill. Yeah. But we have a significant discovery we made in 2024. It's Flordin. We exposed a vein 300 meter long by over 10 meter wide. Mm-hmm. And this winter we drilled it, and we confirmed it's going down as deep as 400 meters.
Right. Okay.
It's a disseminated gold associated in basalt associated with pyrite. So it's pretty good. It's just a matter of drilling it. And at first, before we drill, we're going to expose the vein on surface.
Right.
There's very little overburden.
Right.
Like all you got to do is remove maybe 2 meters of dirt, and then you're there.
Right.
So you channel sample the vein every 10 meters,
Yeah.
and that's a good start. You know?
It's a great start, in assuming you continue with the same model of, if it's there, get after it, rather than what you typically do, what the company should do, is economic study phase. So how much work is actually required, given the discovery was only last year?
Yeah, so we're going to be drilling probably, typical deposit like this, you're going to have to drill probably 50 to 100,000 meter, you know, to well define it. We're going to expose the vein as long as we can.
Right.
You know, the geophysics indicates it's like 2 kilometers long.
Right.
So you got to ask permit for that, environmental permit. And then once we have the resource, you know, going through the environmental permitting for a mine, if it's just a mine, it's quicker.
Yeah.
Like if we haul the material to Sleeping Giant.
Yeah.
If we have to build a mill, then it's a little bit more footprint, a little bit more. So I would say within 4 years, 5 years, we could have an operating asset.
That's good. That's the question where I was going, because it's relatively shallow drilling.
Yeah, and it's right on surface.
And you're talking about 50 to 100,000, not spending, you know, 200, 300, 500,000.
At the end of the life of mine, let's say in 25 years, 30 years, yeah, we'll probably have drilled 500,000 meters.
Right.
But you're going to do it while you're producing.
Okay. So the quickest answers are going to come up around Sleeping Giant, right? In terms of the drill. So any thoughts around the kind of drill programs that you're going to do up there?
Right now, we're drilling 2,200 meters per month.
Okay.
We're getting a third drill underground to give us more flexibility on the definition drilling.
Right.
And that rig also will be able to drill longer holes, so exploration drilling.
Right. Okay.
So our goal in the short term is to always have 2 years of solid plan
in front of you.
In front of us,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
And then after that, it's expansion drilling and expanding the life of mine, you know, finding more inferred resource.
Right. Producing cash, name of the game, covers G&A, it covers drilling and expansion work, expansion and development work. Obviously, with the second project, you have a whole big portfolio to get after as well. Is there any component of cash that's going to go and look at some of these other higher target projects within the portfolio?
We have of course, not too far, we have Cameron Shear. It's a 50-50 with another company, and Discovery Deposit, which is 100% owned by us. So they're all in the same shear zone. So you could actually share some of the capital infrastructure.
Right.
So the power line coming to site to Florida could be the same power line feeding Discovery.
Right. Okay.
So we're going to be in that area
okay.
for a long time.
Let's look at kind of the corporate makeup and corporate structure of the company. So you've got a lot of shares out of like $1 billion or so, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Big number for a Canadian company. I think the Australians would say, hold my beer, I've got you. You know, they're 3-4 billion, but I know what I mean. But with cash, you've got some choices to make and decisions to make around. How do you deal with that? Do you do share buybacks? Do you do rollbacks? Do you actually ignore it and just get on with the business of making more discoveries? I mean, how do you play this? No.
Eventually, you got to reward the shareholders. So at one point, we're going to do share buyback.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
My goal, short-term goal, is
rather than dividend, rather than rollback.
No.
The best thing.
The European investors, they're going to get taxed twice with dividends. So they're going to get taxed by the Canadian government and the
this is true.
The French or German government. Yeah. So the share buyback is better for the shareholders. But before we get there, let's get the production ramp up first.
Yeah. Okay. And with the plant, in terms of that kind of getting it up to speed, I mean, how much do you need to invest back into that?
Oh, not much, because we're pretty close to cash flow positive at $3,600 goal environment.
What's your AISC on this? Just give us a sense of the margin.
Our all-in sustaining will be $1,600 US.
Okay. So you're making money.
Yeah.
Good money.
Quick
money as well. Okay.
Like the operating cost per month is going to be about $4 million. So you don't need that many ounces to be cash flow positive.
Right, so the OpEx is low. The G&A, has the team grown much since I last saw you?
Nope, we're lean and mean still. Okay. I want to keep it that way.
Okay. Now, what would you say to investors? Because I think most gold companies are doing quite well in this environment, even if they're not producing, ironically. What would you say to investors looking into what type of business are you? Obviously, look, we're talking about small resource. We're talking about maybe one project now, another one coming along in 5 years' time. You do have a big kind of portfolio of assets. Will you be sort of offloading any of those to kind of help with the balance sheet issues, or would you think this is start low?
No, we're going to keep our assets. Like if I sell an assets because the offer is too good to refuse.
Right. Okay.
So, but they're all gold deposit. So, yeah, some have it's more of an like greenfield.
Yep.
But we're good for a while. Just before I start looking at acquiring other assets or acquiring other company.
Yeah.
I'll drill our property first.
And to remind me, what are sort of the grades that you're seeing at Sleeping Giants? Remind me.
It's in our PEA, it's 8 grams, but historically it's 10 grams. It's grade to the mill.
Right. And do you think there is potential for us, even like higher grade core to what you're seeing, or further along strike?
It's open at depth.
So
actually, North American Palladium sank the shaft 250 meter deeper because of that one area that was 15 grams per ton.
Right. Okay. So that's the kind of neck of the woods that you're in. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's narrow vein, high grade, very high grade, and curiously, there's VMS. Like the gold is associated with sphalerite, chalcopyrite, and pyrite. Like the vein is yellow.
Okay.
So at depth, that's why it's called Sleeping Giant. People are wondering what's at depth.
Right. Okay.
Because there might be a VMS down there. Maybe all we're doing is mining the roots of a big tree.
So if that is the case, I mean, are you going to be relying entirely on the drill bit, or there's additional work that you can do in terms of geochem and other sorts of
drill bit.
Drill bit is the quickest way to actually find out what the heck's going on.
And at depth.
And at depth, okay. And
well, you could also do in the whole geophysics.
Yeah.
That you could get some, especially if you're chasing a VMS. Something eventually we're going to be trying, probably, poking holes 1,000 feet.
Right, okay.
Below shaft and see what we got down there.
Right, okay. And so as far as you're concerned, it's relatively simple drilling. That you're not looking for signatures or vectors of any kind. You'll find it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like and when you look at the 3D model and then you look at the drill intercept, you say, oh my, like it's very easy to say, oh, we should put a hole there, put a hole there. Up until 2023, the geologists didn't have a 3D model at Sleeping Giants to work with, and it's like a ball, like a curve like this. So it's very difficult, if you got paper sections.
Yeah.
It's not very easy. The geologists are running out of hands, so. To explain the vein to the engineers.
Okay.
So, but having a 3D model, I'd opened up like our drilling rate, like success rate of hitting the target is close to 100%.
Okay. So we will judge you on the ramp up, I think.
I totally agree.
Okay. As simple as that. And to get up to 45% of the throughput is, when did you say, 6 months?
No, about a year.
About a year. Okay, so that's the kind of realistic expectation of us, and we'll see what else you do with the money that comes.
Yeah,
Pascal,
thank you.
Good to see you. You said you would, and you did.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
So the next time we talk will be another milestone.
Perfect.